It seems kind of funny now. I mean, look at us. We've done what Jupiter can't.
You mean we found a lost opportunity? Which would mean that we fixed what was permanently broken. We fixed a past mistake. We went back in time and changed our decisions.
We can find our lost opportunities. That's why I followed you here. I thought it would be a good idea to talk to you about all this. Alone.
Yep, I agree.
There's something else we need to do too, though.
Find the number 2 bomb.
Exactly. So we should get going. I'm pretty sure the bomb isn't in here. There's nowhere to hide it. So...
You're saying we should go somewhere else?
yeah. Well, come on, don't just stand there. We need to get a move on.
Without waiting for a reply, she turned and started toward one of the exits. I followed. As we should. Let's see if we can find this stupid bomb anywhere. Maybe it's in the archives? The archives. Good place to hide a bomb. Now, where the hell do we start looking?
I doubt it really matters. If it's here, we'll find it eventually.
So, what about that Jupiter stuff?
We can talk while we look. Now get started.
I turned to a corner of the room and began to look while Five spoke.
I'll start with a conclusion I've come to. Our consciousnesses seem to be able to jump through time. No, sorry. Through time isn't really accurate.
Through dimensions?
It's more like we move through worlds.
Worlds?
Yes. I don't mean physical planets in this case. I'm talking about a whole different universe, really. Parallel worlds.
Alternate universes where, even if you go back to choose a different thing from before, what results will be different from what we expected. Even if there was no cause that affected the result that we should have gotten. What?
Do you know about the many worlds interpretation?
Well, kind of. I think I've heard of it once or twice.
Oh, well, I'll just explain it. Let's say... I don't care what it is, but could you move?
Eh?
Scratch your head, cross your arms, put your hands on your hips. Anything?
Are we supposed to create a dance? I had no idea what this was supposed to explain, but I did as she asked. Scratch the head, cross arms, put hands on hips, applaud. Okay, well, I guess we can do anything. We can cheer, we can blow a kiss, we can tap dance, we can moonwalk. Okay, and I guess these are all our options, eh? Mwah. Mwah. No feelings. Touch her heart. She touched them. That's cold. Nice one, Fi. Though you won't be lucky next time.
You did something gross just now, didn't you? But you could have chosen to tap dance or moonwalk.
Tap dance? Moonwalk?
The details don't matter. Just talking about possibilities here.
Those are a bit too detailed to be coincidences for possibilities. How much do you know? Also, I do have to wonder, if we were to choose Moonwalk, for example, would you have said that we could have chosen to tap dance or blow a kiss and all that? Would you have thought of us blowing a kiss?
Now maybe there are other Sigmas in other worlds who did all of those things.
You're changing the subject here, Phi.
All of these worlds and realities are branching off from one another. The choices you could have made branched off from the moment you decided what you were going to do just now. Every moment you make a decision, another universe branches off, on and on into infinity. Each of those branches is an alternate world. A world where a version of you did something different. Haven't you ever thought about what life would have been like if you'd made different choices? What if you'd gone to this high school instead of that one? What if you hadn't started a study group? What if you hadn't told that girl you liked her? What if? What if? But are those what-ifs really just what-ifs? Or are there other worlds out there where you did those things? Anyway, that's the many worlds interpretation in a nutshell.
Yeah, it is very possible. And every single what-if situation we can think of, it very well can be an alternate universe. A different world. Actually, not it could. I do very well believe that.
I've simplified it a lot. Doesn't have to be human actions, though. I just used your actions to make the explanation easier to grasp. The actions of a cat, the flight of a bee, the movement of a microorganism, even fluctuations in air temperature. All these can change history.
Whoa. Hold on a second here. I'll let microorganisms slide, but there's no way that air is conscious or anything.
Can you say for sure that you are?
No? What?
All of your actions are caused by the cells in your brain. If we go down a little further, then you could say all of your actions are the result of atoms or electrons, or smaller particles we haven't even discovered yet. Are those atoms and electrons still you making a decision? At that level, how different are you from the air?
Huh.
I'd say not much.
Well, you've surely blown my mind over here, Phi, with that sort of analogy.
Human existence is just one part of reality. Falling in love is like a tulip blossoming. A tulip blossoming is like a tornado forming in South America. See what I'm saying? The only thing that really matters is the action of the most elementary particles of matter. That's where history happens. That's where universes branch out. Hey, you stopped. Are you done with that shelf?
Oh, no, not yet.
Well, keep looking while I talk. How familiar are you with quantum physics?
Not much. I mean, I have read some stuff about quantum computing once, but that is about it.
Never mind, don't answer that. I'll try and keep it simple for you. Let's see. Hey, hand me that box, will you?
This one? Oh, sure. I handed the box I'd been examining over to her. What do we have over here? We have a bunch of dye? She set it down on the desk and opened the top.
Also... Ah, there's a stuffed lion over there.
A stuffed lion?
Perfect. He's part of Felidae, too.
With that, she grabbed the lion and tossed it unceremoniously into the box. She also took a weight and an ink jar and put them next to the lion.
Alright, everything's ready.
Ready?
Remember that book in the crew quarters about Schrodinger's cat?
Ah, I see. You're trying to recreate that.
It relates to all this stuff I've been talking about. Anyway, come look at the box.
What about looking for the...
This'll only take a minute. Now look.
I shrugged and peered into the box.
What do you see?
Well, there's a stuffed lion.
From now on, that's a cat. A living cat.
A living cat with the sun in its mouth.
This is important. Got it?
Yeah. It's a cat meow.
Oh, man.
Oh. Here's at it again.
This again?
Sorry. I can't help it.
I find that hard to believe. Ugh, fine. Maybe I can just ignore it.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
Alright, what else do you see?
No, wait, that's not even a palm. And a jar of ink.
Right. Now the weight is going to be radioactive material, and the jar of ink is full of poisonous gas.
What? I'm getting out of here!
Idiot. It's not really full of gas. This is just hypothetical. Imagine that it's full of gas.
Okay, you do have to sometimes be aware that Sigma is joking. He's not being an idiot. He's just being a fool. He's just being a jokester over here. Or maybe he really is believing that. Maybe he really is an idiot.
So, what's the weight?
Radioactive material.
And the jar of ink?
It's full of poison gas.
Exactly. Good work.
You get a pat on the head, Sigma.
Now, there's one other thing you need to know about the jar. If it's struck by any of the alpha particles the radioactive material emits, it'll break. These particles are emitted randomly, but there's a 50% chance that one of them will come into contact with the jar over the course of an hour. So let's close the lid. And pretend an hour has passed. Here's the question. Is the cat inside of the box alive or dead? You can't open the box to check. And you can't hit the box. Obviously, you can't shake it either. It's also been soundproofed, so the cat could be howling up a storm in there and you'd never know. Basically, you have no idea what's going on inside the box. Do you remember what happens if the alpha particles hit the jar?
It breaks, gas fills the box, the cat inhales it, and death will whisk her away.
And what if the jar doesn't break?
And the cat lives to tell the tale.
Haha. And what are the chances of either of those things happening?
About 50%. Boy, Sigma, you sure are quite inventive with your cat talk. It goes to show that you have been doing this for a long time.
Uh-huh. So, what's your answer? Is the cat alive or dead?
It kind of makes you... It really makes you curious at this point what cat pun he's gonna say next, in his next sentence. I cannot possibly know.
Then guess. It's not hard. Alive or dead?
I'm gonna say alive, I guess. The cat is... Pause for dramatic effect. Alive!
Nope. You're wrong.
It's dead?
That's wrong too.
Then what's the right answer? Oh, I guess in this situation, neither.
The answer is that it's in a state where it is neither dead nor alive.
What? How does that make any sense?
It's an extrapolation of something we see at the atomic level. We don't know if an atom is spinning upward or downward until we measure it. Before it's measured, those two possibilities coexist. But as soon as the measurement is taken, obviously, only one possibility is the truth.
Oh my. This is making me think of the AB rounds as well. In fact, it feels quite similar. In a way, right now we cannot be sure of whether the partner we have will choose ally or betray. Both, like, if we are to take what Fi is saying here, both possibilities coexist, no matter what we think of our partner's trust in us. Only when the choice is made, only one possibility exists. Oh, Mez. How is it possible for us to figure it out beforehand? If not through common sense or our views of our partner. If somehow it connects to quantum physics like that.
That's what's happening with the alpha particles. Since we can't know when they were emitted or where, we only know the probability that they'll impact the jar. Because we can't observe anything that's happening in the box, that becomes the entire system. In other words, the box is like the atom. We don't know how the cat's life or death situation has resolved itself until we look at it. Until we do, it's just a bunch of possibilities. Do you get it? If the cat in the box is possibilities...
then it's both alive and dead.
Right. So, let's open the lid. And when we do, all the possibilities will collapse into a single truth. Meow. What a relief, huh? Looks like the cat's alive.
I am glad that the cat is alive. Though I cannot say that I am that happy about the whole picture of this.
Anyway, that's Schrodinger's cat. The many worlds interpretation is one theory for explaining that weirdness.
So there's another world out there where this cat died?
Yeah, that's the idea. Looks like that cat tick of yours cleared up.
Yeah. Well, your story was pretty insane.
Insane?
You don't think so? Just the idea of something being alive and dead at the same time. And if the moment the lid is opened determines whether or not the cat's dead, then it's almost like events in the future can determine the past. Yeah, I cannot say that I have been such a fan of stuff like this, in the sense that I couldn't just wrap my head around this sort of stuff. When it comes to quantum physics and Schrodinger's cat. I mean, I'm asking this like I'm wondering about the same thing. I mean, the cat doesn't die when you open the lid, so it must have already been dead.
Exactly. You've experienced it, haven't you?
What on earth are you talking about? The AB game.
Think back. Remember round 2 of the AB game? When you chose Betray, what was my vote?
Ally.
But what happened this time?
I chose Ally, and you chose Betray.
Right. And both times, I put in my vote a full minute before the deadline. When did you push the button?
Right before the deadline.
I see. Well, that makes this a little easier to explain. If you chose Betray, then my vote was Ally. If you chose Ally, then my vote was Betray. But I made my choices a whole minute before you made yours. Don't you think that's strange?
Pretty much. And that is the biggest problem we are dealing with right now. Oh, quantum physics. You're a mysterious mistress.
You do see what I'm saying, don't you?
And that my choice in the future altered your actions in the past?
Yeah. From your perspective, there's no other way to interpret it.
That's just... wow. I still have to question this. Why and how is this happening? Now that I thought about it, round 1 had been the same. When I chose an ally, Alice had chosen Betray. And when I chose Betray, she'd done the opposite.
Look at this die. I found it over there. Let me give you one last example.
As she spoke, she tossed the die into the box and quickly shut the lid.
All right. Answer this question. What number is the die on?
I guess I can just choose. Oh, could be 2.
Okay. I'm going to open the lid. Good job. You got it right.
That was just a fluke.
Was it?
Huh?
Let's think about what was going on before I opened the lid. What number was the die on?
2, of course.
Haven't you been paying attention? The die is still a collection of atoms, isn't it? I don't think you can reasonably suggest that it was made of some different kind of matter.
Wait, so you're saying that before you opened the lid, the die was on all the numbers?
Uh-huh. That's one way to look at it, at least.
And then when you opened the lid, it was just one number?
Or it might have become that number when you declared which one it was.
Huh? Wait, what do you mean?
Your choice in the future has an effect on the past.
Hey, good lord. Never have I heard of such a situation like this. I mean, this is basically the reverse of our choices in the past affecting the future. Like many time-traveling movies and such. That's crazy.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. We got a little off topic there, but I think I made my point.
It still makes me question, though. If our actions in the future is affecting the past, like for example, our partner's decision. When we choose something, our partner is choosing something else, or... It makes me question, what is making our partner choose the opposite of what we're choosing? And now that we know that this phenomenon is happening here, or that this is what we're thinking that is happening here, what can we do to control our partner's decision? What can we do to change our partner's decision into what we want? Since we know that our actions in the future can affect the actions of the past. How can we do this?
Reality separates off into an infinite number of branches for each and every possibility. You and I seem to be able to jump from branch to branch. Of course, our bodies aren't doing the jumping. Our consciousnesses just sort of dive into other versions of ourselves in other worlds.
Whoa. I think I get it now. That's how you knew my name, right? You jump in from another world. Basically, you are being affected by this as well, fine. But why just us? Why do we have this? Or are we the only ones with this weird ability? Or are the other participants capable of this? Do they know about this? Or maybe they don't yet? If we are all using this at the same time, what kind of effects are there gonna be? That's how you knew all those other things you shouldn't have known.
Yeah. That's the best I can figure out, at least.
And going back to that question from before about our actions in the future, maybe it's not really about controlling our partner's decision that we should focus on, but rather, how can we be conscious of which branch we're gonna land on each time we go back, so that we will get the result that we should expect, rather than get the result that we won't like. How can we control this?
Unfortunately, it seems like we don't retain all our memories when we jump. Maybe we only remember particularly important things. I'm not sure how it works. But whatever the reason, it seems to be fairly limited. And often, we don't seem to remember jumping at all. Things will just sort of pop up.
That's why when someone asks us how we know X, all we can think of to say is, I just knew.
Yeah.
What's causing this then? I don't remember ever doing this before, so why would it start now?
If we knew that, I don't think we'd be having so much trouble. It's just...
Just what?
Well, I'm pretty sure it has to do with why we're locked up in here. There's no way this doesn't have something to do with whatever Zero Senior's trying to do. Why would he have left that Schrodinger's cat book in the crew quarters?
You aren't kidding, are you? Maybe this is some sort of huge Schrodinger's cat experiment. And all 9 of us are locked up inside the box, right now.
What if you've got it backwards?
Backwards?
We're outside of the box, and the rest of the world is inside.
Then the moment we step out of this place...
Yeah. We might be determining the history of the world outside.
Whoa. Could it really be that huge? But in that case, why us? No way. I had 1,000 other questions, but before I could open my mouth to ask them...
Oh, good! There you are! Did something happen? Yes! We found it!
Oh, please tell me you found a cure. For a second I thought that somebody died. Found what?
What do you mean, what? What else could we find? The bomb!
You also could have said a cure.
The other antimatter bomb.
I mean, for once I need the good news. Not another bomb to threaten us.
The number 2 bomb is in the control room.
Alright, so I guess this means that multiple bombs can be on the same floor. So I guess the one who is setting these bombs doesn't necessarily want to put each bomb on each floor. Is this it?
Yeah.
This is one of them, all right.
Well, at least we found them all now.
No. There could be more. Like Kay said, there might be a number 4 bomb out there. We have no way to know.
Did you tell anyone else about this, Clover?
Well, not really, but, I wasn't the first person to find it.
Who was?
Kay and Luna. After After they found it, they came to the infirmary and told the rest of us.
Who was in the infirmary?
Everyone. Tenmyouji and Dio were there. So were Alice and Quark, of course. Although they were still asleep.
So everyone who wasn't asleep knows about the bomb. I see.
Yeah.
Now there's nobody else here, though. Where did they all go?
Right after we came here to look at the bomb, they all left. They were going to go look for you two.
What about Alice and Quark?
They're the same. Still sleeping. We checked them out just to be sure, but they seemed fine.
That's good. Fine, I looked at one another and let out a small sigh of relief.
Oh, right. I checked everybody's bracelets when we were in the infirmary. Did you want to know what they were?
It took her only a moment to explain. Alice was a green solo, and Quark was a blue solo. Dio's bracelet made him a yellow pair, and Tenmyouji was a cyan pair. So, what are our options for groups?
The next set of doors to open are going to be the white doors. That means we'll have to mix our colors so that we get white.
If I laid out what that would mean. Alright, well, let's see. Option A. Find Tenmyouji cyan would pair with me, red. K and Dio, yellow, would pair up with Quark, blue. Clover and Luna magenta would pair up with Alice, green.
Huh? There's only one option?
Only one?
Yeah.
Okay. So the only people that we can pair up with are Fi and Tenmyouji. Alrighty then. I am a bit curious about Tenmyouji.
Any other combinations don't make white.
What about Alice and Quark? Luna said it's going to be a while until they wake up.
We'll just have to carry them. The secondary doors won't open without 3 bracelets. And if we can't open them...
Yeah. We'll get penalized.
Exactly.
Don't worry about Alice. I'm on her team.
Are you saying you can carry her?
Yeah. Well, I can get Luna to help me.
True. I'm sure she'd be happy to help.
What about Quark?
He's on K's team. There shouldn't be any issues there.
Yeah. I'm sure that K is gonna take good care of Quark. Well, we still need to figure out what we're going to do about this bomb. Alice said we should be safe as long as it's not triggered with a remote.
Maybe, but we can't just leave them here forever. I mean, if they go off, then everything in like a couple 100 kilometers is gonna get fried.
Wait. A couple of 100 kilometers? What are you talking about? That bomb should only have about as much explosive power as... That bomb should only have about as much explosive power as a ton of TNT. Which is nothing to sniff at, but that's nowhere near the kind of yield you're talking about.
It could be. What if these bombs are just like the detonator?
Oh. Oh! You mean, there might be a bunch more anti-hydrogen around here somewhere? Yep. Right over there. I knew it. I was thinking about it. Well, what would be the purpose of the bombs if we have this giant motherfucker sitting in the center? Screw you, Mr. Octopus.
The reactor.
Yeah. There is supposed to only be 18 antimatter reactors in the whole world. If that's one of them, then there's a lot of anti-hydrogen.
How much is a lot?
3.5 kilograms.
3.5? That's like 10,000 times more than Alice's 550 milligrams.
If there really is that much, and if it does explode,
Then we would be looking at an explosion roughly 10,000 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima.
Oh dear. Even if we are to escape this place, it would have to run as far away as possible. There is really no other option. We have to disable the bombs, otherwise we wouldn't even be able to survive, even if we are to escape this place before the bombs explode. No. That's insane.
Wait, Clover, how did you know that?
know what?
That stuff about antimatter reactors.
Well, that's, during my training, they,
Training for what?
my job?
Ah, of course. I didn't realize waiters these days needed to memorize how many operational antimatter reactors there were worldwide. Or how much fuel each one of those reactors might be storing. You don't work at a cafe, do you?
Did you hear about that from Alice?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, she's right then.
And why are you using antimatter reactors at the cafe?
That's, what we call the coffee machines.
What? Are you fucking with me?
I'm telling you the truth. I work at a cafe.
Do you work at a cafe? Or do you only work at a cafe? Maybe you have like a side job. Something that has to do with bombs.
It just might, be a kind of fake job to divert attention. I think they call it a cover.
I was thinking of that, Clover. What?
Then what's your real job?
I'm sorry. I really can't tell you anything else.
So Clover and Alice are in the same position. They are both undercover.
Why not?
It's classified.
Classified by who?
The government?
The government?
That's right. Alice said it was her job to eliminate enemies of the state, or something. Eliminate enemies of the state? Did she even say that till now? So you two do work together.
Oh no! Check your bracelets. How much time do we have left?
What are you talking about?
How long until the doors open? Come on, quickly!
Damn. We were supposed to have met up 5 minutes ago.
I'm heading back then. Remember, we're supposed to meet at the infirmary. You guys hurry back, okay?
Alright. But this isn't over, Clover. We will discuss this later.
Bye!
Hey! You haven't... Damn it. And she's gone. Well, she surely is the same as I knew her, in some areas. She is quite an open book. Fine. She's right, you know. We need to get going.
Hold on. I need to check something really quick.
What?
Oh, there you are. You're late. What were you doing?
Nothing.
When we arrived, everyone else was already back. Quark and Alice hadn't left, of course. They were both sleeping soundly. Any traces of the madness we'd seen earlier long gone.
Clover told us. You've seen the bomb in the control room.
Yeah. With our own eyes.
So what the hell should we do? That makes 3 bombs.
Well, we have to do something. They're bombs, for God's sake.
There's a quick and simple solution.
Really?
Remember what Alice said?
There should be an emergency deactivation password. If you enter that password, the device should, well, deactivate. You see it? Right here. There's a port. If we can find the password input device, we just connect it here. Then we can enter the password.
So, if we have the password, we can deactivate them?
Whoa, hold on a second. That's great and all, but we need that password input device she was talking about. Without that, we're still boned even if we did have the password.
Not a problem. We've resolved that issue.
Huh?
Show them.
I nodded, and pulled it out of my pocket.
That was in the safe in the control room.
Well, ain't that just neat? Exactly. We didn't have any idea what it was at first, but Fi figured it out. After Clover left, we tested it.
Turned out I was right. It fit perfectly.
Couldn't get it to do anything though. We plugged in a couple of random characters, but all we got was an error.
Still, I'm sure this is the thing Alice was talking about. We just didn't have the right password.
But why was it in the control room?
Do you think Zero Senior put it here for us?
That would suggest it was also Zero Senior who set up the bombs.
Doesn't that seem odd, though? Zero Senior wants us to play the Nonary game, right? So why would he set bombs?
Maybe he wants to blow this whole place up if someone commits some crazy violation of the rules?
That doesn't make sense. Our bracelets already have poison in them. If someone breaks a rule, all he has to do is activate their bracelet.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, whatever the case is, there's one thing we can be sure of. The person who set these bombs is one of us. Whether or not that person is also Zero Senior isn't particularly relevant at the moment. But what is relevant is that they know the deactivation password. If we can figure out who that person is and question them.
We can get the password and turn the bombs off.
Exactly.
Alright, well, in that case, time for a session of whodunit. We need a table, 2 chairs, a lamp to shine in their faces, and a good cop and a bad cop. Fi, you'll be the bad cop.
That would be my quick and easy method. So fess up. Which one of you set the bombs? Not that I expect you to do that. So, we're going to be checking everyone.
Checking us?
Yes. Once they're set, the bombs are controlled by a remote. It stands to reason that whoever set them has that remote.
The remote, and possibly more bombs.
So you're gonna search us for it?
Yes.
But
No buts. If you refuse, that implicates you. Do what I say and you'll be fine, assuming you are actually innocent. Understand? No reason to wait. Let's get started. Anyone want to volunteer to go first? No?
Oh, I can sure to go first. Though I hope that you guys are okay with a little skeleton nudity. I mean, I hope I don't get a copyright strike for this.
All right. Let's see.
Wait,
Huh?
you only need to search one person.
What? Why?
Because I figured out who did it. I know who did it. The words were out of my mouth before I'd even realized I was saying them.
How can you...
It's that phenomenon again. I think that he is realizing who it is. Even if we don't know all the pieces at this point.
There's no way.
Yeah. I met Fire's gaze and nodded, then turned away. I know who set the bombs. That person. That person. You did it! Uh-oh! Time to see who it is! But before that, how about some music? Let's go with maybe like Danganronpa over here. Or maybe Ace Attorney. Lovely. The room was suddenly silent. You fucking tease.
And then you got cock-blocked. Oh, Zero Escape, what a harsh mistress. And then you got cock-blocked. Whoa.